Sasuke.
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 Are you guys sure? I wonder if it's something like, how Beijing, we used to, the idiots here in the West used to call it Peking because we couldn't pronounce it because we're idiots. And then finally, after 100 years, the Chinese were like, it's actually Beijing, you dumbasses. But I think it's even changed again. I'm not sure. But I wonder if it's something like that. Like, they just let us mispronounce it for 20 years before they finally corrected us. I don't know. At any rate, let's go ahead and get into this. This is episode 32. You know where we are. You know where we're going. 3, 2, 1. Tell you what, man. If he dies for a stupid 14-year-old crush, that's just a terrible way to go, man. They call that a permanent reminder of a temporary feeling. Just like a tattoo or a pregnancy. Except this is even more permanent than a tattoo. He is struggling, man. I still think this 3-on-1 crap is cheating. Take him 1-on-1 or take the L. That's how I feel about it. But I'll say this again. So much of this is mental. Like this mental attack right now. So much of this. If anybody who thinks that they're physically fighting, they're missing half the show. All the fighting is mental. Even the physical part is mental. It's fascinating. I never really thought about it like that before I started watching the show. They've really redefined the concept of what it actually means to fight somebody. Right, yeah. And even the whole trope of explaining your weaknesses and your powers and your attacks and stuff, even that's part of the mental battleground, In a way I've never thought about with any other show. Right. It taps straight into the brain too, man. That's right. There's some science to this. You can make people throw up. I don't know if you can kill somebody with sound. The jury's out on that. But you can definitely really mess them up with sound. The right frequency. This is mental warfare, all of it. That'd be a strong power, man. Right. Hey, man. There's no reason to be a dick. Hey, man. That's not very nice. I don't like the poking the head thing. That's what I'm saying. I guess that's a lesson from his sensei. Oh, really? It's like that, huh? Another thing I really like in anime is the whole sideways run. You run in a circle and you do it sideways like a crab. It's a really cool looking effect, especially when it's two people and they're fighting, but they're like circular. They're circling each other. It looks cool to me. Makes sense. It looks like a baffle, his arm piece or a muffler, essentially. Jesus, this kid, he just outmatched, man. Plus, he's outnumbered, which is unfair. They're gonna jump in, aren't they? These guys are pretty dangerous. Yeah, you don't effing say. Yeah. How much of a rival is she? Is she one of these rivals that you respect secretly? That's right. Work it. He is working it, man. That's right. What do they call them? Frenemies? Yeah, they're definitely frenemies. That's right. I didn't quite see this coming, but it makes total sense. I don't understand the teenage girl relationships, but man, it can be vicious, so complicated. You love them and hate them at the same time, and who knows what it's actually about, like why either of those things happen. Friends one day, enemies the next. Like it's just the whole thing is just way out of my league, man. I've never been able to understand it, but and each one's different. Each relationship's different, right? That's why you don't understand it. These two teenage girlfriends could be like this, and two others can be completely different. They could outside appearances they look the same, right? What I'm saying is they're kind of capturing that pretty well. Let's just walk away. Screw it. Yeah, you're not. You're jumping in. Well, I mean, do you want to scroll or not? Like that's your job here, so you might as well jump them when they're distracted. Sooner or later, you'd have to encounter these people anyway, right? Oh, unless you're a coward, that's cool too. I love those throwing stars, by the way. It's a very '80s aesthetic, even though this came out like after that. Any ninja in the '80s movie or TV show, they had the throwing stars. I know there's a lot more than just the stars, but at the time, that's all they showed. They have like little spikes. There's all kinds of things they can throw, right? Wow, they're just dragging her, man. Dragging her. Like, yeah, you're so weak because you spend time doing your hair. Just unbelievable, man. The disrespect they treat this character with. I don't care how weak you are if you stand up to bullies. I'm on your side, and she is. She's not backing down. I don't know if sitting there crying is a move, but there's something you got to do. Maybe this is going to affect her frenemy, right? That's the same problem I have with your character. Do something about it. What do you tell that kid? Stop being a crybaby. This may be her moment, man. Yeah, what we waiting for, man? Maybe he's been healing this whole time. You about to jump in here? Yeah, they're gonna get it too. That seems to be the point of all this. Yes. I like the conflict. Human heart in conflict with itself, man. Like that's the key to storytelling. There's no conflict here. There's conflict over there in the bushes. How about if I stab you in the throat? How would that work? Yeah. She's gonna cut her hair so she can get away from you. Yeah, how about that? Get off me, chump. I still think shoving that into her throat might work. Just saying. Guess she's saying she'd be too quick to block it, right? Sacrifice anything, even your hair, which I know is a big deal. Well, from now on, I'm going to be judging him with short hair. At least they're going somewhere with all this. They're not. They didn't make her weak for no reason, apparently. Like they did it to allow her to have some character growth. Let's get wild. I don't know about all that. This is an interesting use of flashback in that it's mostly quick shots to emphasize a point rather than like a 2 minute straight flashback that they didn't even edit, right? Feels more pertinent to the story, is what I'm saying. It's also what they call anime time. This all happened within the course of like half a second. I know that can confuse some people. They like that shot. They've shown it about 4 times. I like the little strands of hair falling down with it, right? It works. So he ain't even gonna say her name, huh? That's just cold, man. Considering he's the one she has a crush on. I love this stuff. That's right. You're gonna watch me from behind now. So this isn't even about her friend jumping in. It's about her friend seeing her moment. Somebody had to witness it because everybody else is knocked out. Even Burton there. I wondered, right as she grabbed her, I wondered if that was what was going on. I don't think you're a fool. I just think you're my victim. That's all. There's a difference. She loves those knives. How many damn knives does she have, by the way? It's like John Wick with the unlimited ammo. Like, how many damn knives do you have? That's right. She's coming for that ass. That's what she's doing. You can say whatever you want. I'm still going to try it. He's got a whole bag full of knives, too. Where next? No, that's right. Third time's the charm, dumbass. That's right. You just got smoked. Perhaps you even got clowned. Yeah, that's right, biting. Chomp. He was already looking for the next move, right? You can't use that arm piece if you got teeth on it, can you? This is fast becoming my favorite episode. I love it. This is really good character work they're doing here. Billboard Brown, man. These female bullies are the worst, man. A male bully will just kick your ass. A female bully will rip out your soul and eat it. Yeah. Holy shit, man. Vicious. Straight for the neck. Yeah, whatever. Right. Exactly. I mean, her forehead seems fine to me. She's tripping. This is how they met, huh? So where are you off to in such a hurry? Now he's hitting the forehead. I see the connection actually. Plus the whole hair being cut thing, right? You know, it ties back to all the way when they first met. That's even deeper than I realized. Yeah, yeah. That's right. Let me lecture you. What are they? 6, 8? She's already got all this knowledge about how to get bullies off your ass. Yeah, this is really cool, man. Don't get shy now. Oh my god, they got me emotional as hell. This is really good stuff. Yeah, hurry up and tell us. I'll tell you in my own time. So she had a crush from way back, huh? Yeah. So in other words, what a boring answer. You have a crush on the most popular boy around here. Okay. You don't like the bookworm or the jock or anything. No, it's got to be the most popular kid. Oh, and that's how it starts. Yep. He's steady kicking that ass while you're having these flashbacks. Hey, you want to get out of your flashback bag and get over there and help her? Asshole. That's another thing too. She sacrificed her long hair, even though by now it should be obvious he is not interested in her. Yeah. Typically, like with everything else, a boy comes between them. From now on, we're rivals. People are idiots. I believe that is the first thing she said to her beginning of the series, right? When they encountered each other. She said something about her hair, didn't she? Am I remembering that right? I think so. Look at her, she's pissed. Yep. This is good stuff, man. He is just steady kicking that ass, boy. I've been having 10 minutes of flashbacks. Meanwhile, she's had 2 concussions, a fractured skull. She's going to have CTE. Do you want to, like, at any point, before he shatters her jaw and breaks all her teeth, do you want to get out there? Or do you want to have another flashback about the time you went to the prom or something? Man, he gets kicking that ass. That sound design is hilarious, man. How about you guys? Just pummeled. Just absolutely pummeled, man. He beat her like she said sliders sucked. And she ain't had enough yet. What's up, chump? She ain't a punk. You can say whatever you want about her. You can. There's a lot of insults you can use against her, but she is not a punk. Finally, Jesus. Well, you ain't scared now, are you? Jesus, this really getting me emotional now that she jumped in. They're killing me, man. Killing me. Holy shit, I can barely talk. They are really getting me in the feelings, man. I don't know even specifically why, other than the fact I hate bullies. Oh, that's how they get you. Holy crap, man, that was incredible. It's a personal thing. Like I don't think probably nobody else would say this is one of their favorite episodes ever, or ones that got them emotional. There's something that really resonates with me on a personal level in this one. I hated bullies. A lot of the fights I got into was bullies, right? Stand up to them, get your ass kicked. Stand up to them, get your ass kicked. And nobody ever really came to my rescue or anything. Sometimes it was me coming to somebody else's rescue, and then I would get my ass kicked because I just on a fundamental level hated bullies. But I don't really know. I'm gonna have to examine this. I don't really know why this specifically got me so hard. I do love the trope where enemies, but on a because here's the thing: it's such a tight walk. It can be super toxic. This whole thing, oh, we hate each other, we insult each other, we make each other feel bad all the time, but deep down we really love each other. That can be super toxic. That can be abuse. That's the foundation of abusive relationships, right? So that's not a good thing. The Han Solo Princess Leia romance where they insult each other all the time until they finally kiss. I hate that. I do not like that at all. It's toxic. It's not a good foundation for a long term relationship. But I'm just saying that somehow, even though those are my feelings, somehow this really works on a strong fundamental love for me. I'm not sure exactly why. It could just be it feels very, very real. Like I said, I don't understand like the female relationships and all how complicated it is, how nuanced it is, why they do the things they do. Like you can be best friends with somebody, but you're also jealous, and jealousy is like such a fundamental part of that. Like just so integral. It's right there on the surface at all times. Seeing a lot of female friends that are jealous of each other, but they also care about each other very deeply. It's weird, man. Like the whole thing, I don't really comprehend it all. I just think they captured it. Like they really, really captured it. Which is interesting because this is 20 years ago, and again, writing is so much more sophisticated these days. We have such a better understanding of people these days. We portray it better these days. I'm pretty much a snob when it comes to how old is something. To me, is a big part of how good it is. Like people can hold up Citizen Kane as like the best movie ever made, but like I just don't feel that way. I just feel like we build on the foundation of what came before, so every generation gets better than the last generation. That's just how I feel, right? Not every movie, but the best of this generation is going to be better than the best of any other generation. Is my personal opinion. Simply because we get better, we get more sophisticated. Psychoanalysis is better. The introspection is better. We just think about things more, and we were allowed by Hollywood and by money financiers to portray it. Like you couldn't portray a strong action hero crying in the 80s. You could not do it, even though that's a human being. He's not just a cartoon. In the 80s, the action hero was a cartoon. So that's not going to be as good as an action hero now who can kick ass but still cry. John Wick is a better hero, action hero, than anybody that was in the 80s. Because it's more grounded. It feels more real. So that's what I'm saying. So to have storytelling this nuanced and this complex and this layered and this good 20 years ago is really, really impressive. I wouldn't have believed it. This is good stuff. But I don't know if any of this has anything to do with why I got so emotional. It could just be a very personal thing. I don't know. Every one of us brings our own personal baggage into every story we interact with. So it's going to hit us in different ways. That's why I never judge reactors who cry or don't cry at anything. It's like, wow, man, I cried when I first saw this and they didn't. They suck or they don't emotionally engage. Not necessarily. It's a personal thing. It really is. Sasuke.
Sasuke.